Over 10 years ago, I was a student at Michigan State University and working part-time teaching horseback riding lessons and mucking stalls at a nearby farm. And that is where I met a little girl named Casey. And she was only about 10 years old when I met her, and she had been going through treatment for bone and brain cancer. And I was only about 18 at the time. So seeing a child go through cancer treatment was very alarming for me because I never knew that kids could get cancer. We became friends, and she became friendly with everybody at the barn. And she would come regularly, and her family got to witness her kind of get out of what was going on in her life and really interact with the animals and focus all of her attention on being at the farm with her friends and her animal friends that she had been making at the barn. And it was very therapeutic for them to witness their daughter kind of get out of what was going on in her life, which was difficult, and be happy. And it definitely was something that we could all feel. And we got to know Casey for about a year, and she would come regularly and be very happy and never wanted anybody feeling sorry for her. She was a very sarcastic, funny, energetic little girl who was sort of beyond her years. She didn't want you feeling any pity toward her. She wanted to be there and to have a good time and forget about what she was going through. And about a year after I met Casey, she got very sick and she ended up passing away. The barn sort of had an empty feel not having her presence, and we all felt as though she had to be honored in some way. So I approached the owners of the farm and I said, for one day, will you loan me your facility? For one day, all I would like is to be able to invite families, children with cancer and their families, to come out and to enjoy the barn, to go horseback riding. I'll put together an arts and crafts piece to this. We'll order some pizzas, and it will be a one day to just honor Casey. And the owners of the barn were very excited about the idea. And so that day came. We called it Camp Casey, and it was fabulous. We had children who were going through cancer treatment, but also their brothers and sisters, and their parents came. And that was important to me to include the families, because I was able to see how Casey's family was able to benefit from the experience at the farm. So we had the day, and it was a beautiful Saturday afternoon in June. And when the day ended, we all felt very good about what we had done, and we felt as though we had rightfully honored Casey. About a week later, I received a letter from one of the young boys who was at Camp Casey. He was 4 years old, going through treatment, and it said, "Thank you for the best day of my life." I thought I should do it again. So I did it again that July and again that August, and every month thereafter until I graduated. We have 3 very well-run programs that are able to, in one way or another, bring the healing powers of horses into the lives of children with cancer and their families.